But you can call me Dante the Demon Killer. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 worst heroes in video games.
Oh well, I'll give it a try anyway.
For this list, we're taking a look at the video game heroes that weren't so honorable, be it for their cringy demeanor, rude behavior, or general unlikability. Which of these heroes was downright unbearable for you? Share your frustration with us in the comments below. Number 20. Ethan Mars, Heavy Rain.
It says on the box to take one every 24 hours. I don't think it's a good idea to exceed the dose.
I can't afford to wait.
As the hero of a story centered on a gritty murder mystery, one would expect a character like Ethan Mars to be at the top of his game. Most protagonists have some level of agency in their own lives and are smart enough to keep track of things. Ethan manages to lose his kid in a not-too-busy mall, thus resulting in his son's death. On top of that, he somehow manages to set his supposed grief aside to sleep with Madison. Is he really that traumatized, or was he just looking for an excuse to divorce Grace?
Please, just help me to my room. It's number 207.
Number 19. Kame Argonar, Lost Odyssey.
The flowers. They brought us together.
Now, we understand why Kame is kind of a mess of emotions. He's someone who has, somehow, become totally desensitized to conflict and death. Does this explanation make him a good hero? Not at all. Just because you have an explanation for why a character is such an edgelord, it does not make them any more compelling. His design, on the other hand, is just plain dumb. My dude, are you wearing a suit of leather armor that's a few sizes too small for you? How do you expect any of this to protect you?
I've been waiting for you.
Number 18. Knack. Knack series.
Let's try that again.
Sure, Knack may have his fans. A whole generation of young gamers grew up playing the series on PS4 and developed an attachment to the humanoid bundle of relics, but that does not make his existence any less appalling. For starters, the game tries to sell us on the alleged fact that Knack can do anything, and yet all we see him do is punch, kick, block, dodge, jump, you know, all the basic video game hero stuff. Sure, he can alter his size too, but that isn't enough to impress anyone. Plus, who else talks in hokey, generic action movie dialogue like that?
We fought our way across the whole ship. The key's got to be close now.
Number 17. Alex Mercer, Prototype.
I knew we were connected. Victims of a common enemy, subjects of a common experiment, and I didn't know.
Unlike with Knack, we can understand why some folks might gravitate towards Alex Mercer. The guy's an outcast with few to no allies in the world, labeled a freak and a menace to society. Some of us who went through rough times in high school get that. But that was high school. At some point, the angst gets annoying and comes off more obnoxious than the attitudes of the other heroes on this list. That said, Alex is very much a product of his time. The powers are cool, yes, but even so, he has become a relic from another era of gaming.
I looked for the truth. Found it. Didn't like it. Wish the hell I could forget it.
Number 16. Wario. Wario Land series and WarioWare series. Hold your horses before you go storming Castle Mojo. We're not saying Wario is bad the same way we've said some of these other heroes are bad. Wario is bad in the sense of his overall character. Bad as in evil, a crook, a bully to everyone and everything. Our famously infamous anti-Mario has spent decades going after only what appeals to him: money and fame. Regardless if you're playing the Wario Land series or WarioWare games, the Garlic Muncher could care less about anyone, including the folks who helped make his crummy game studio a semi-success. With that amount of greed and rudeness, isn't it fair to call him an awful hero? Number 15. Chloe Price, Life is Strange Before the Storm.
I bet long Max Silver traded her hat for beer and booty long ago. How do I want to express my teenage angst today?
Chloe was already frustrating to deal with in the first Life is Strange, on account of how she seemed to always be within death's reach. But before she was getting stuck on railroad tracks and being an angsty teenager, she was arguably a worse character. Throughout Before the Storm, Chloe's only personality trait seems to be anger and rebellion. And when she isn't obsessing over Rachel Amber, she's excusing her bad behavior under the phrase, "my attitude is what makes me special." Sure. We'll remember that next time you're in the face of danger.
There's this dildo with a mustache who's been dating my mom, and now he thinks he's moving in with us.
Number 14, Parappa. Parappa the Rapper series.
Gotta believe!
It's okay to like Parappa. We aren't saying the game is bad or the character is problematic. However, you gotta see where the hip-hop hero is going about his problems in the wrong ways. When it comes to winning over his crush, Sunny Funny, Parappa never does it with the intention of genuinely impressing her. He's mostly doing it because he sees the arrogant Joe Chin do something similar. At some point, you gotta wonder when his gestures towards Sunny are done out of love and passion for her, or spite and pettiness towards Joe Chin. Look man, we don't like Joe Chin either, but you gotta set your priorities.
Make us a cake that you've never seen before.
Heat up the oven, now we're on a roll.
Heat up the oven, now we on roll.
Number 13, King Knight, Shovel Knight, King of Cards. Shovel Knight served as a beacon of hope in restoring the land. Plague Knight sought after the ultimate potion and finding his true love. Spectre Knight went on a path of vengeance and melancholy. King Knight? The boy wants cards, and he wants them all! Compared to the other knights though, King Knight is just outright disrespectful to everyone around him. We get it. Being spoiled and pampered and thinking he's above everyone is his shtick. It's what makes him funny. But like Wario, it's what makes it so much more satisfying to watch him get his comeuppance. Number 12, Lester. Lester the Unlikely. Imagine the most heroic, most noble, most courageous hero to ever exist in the history of storytelling. Now, take away all those traits and put their opposites into said hero. You get Lester the Unlikely. Lester is one of those heroes that will actively fight against the player, running away from even the smallest of enemies to go cower in a corner. Sure, his demeanor might make you chuckle a few times, but if you're wanting to speedrun or simply beat the game, prepare for maximum frustration. Number 11, Aiden Pearce, Watch Dogs.
I'll tell your name. Lena Pearce.
We'll admit that Aiden Pearce might have been placed too high on our original top 10 list. We understand that some didn't find Aiden as terrible as we did. Even so, Aiden's only claim to fame is his total lack of empathy. He'll hack almost anyone he doesn't like and lay waste to dozens just to prove a point and stop all these corrupt corporations. Marcus at least had some fun with his somewhat criminal ways thanks to his quips and personality. Aiden though? Heaven forbid we have any joy in our chaos.
I'm so sorry.
Get away from me.
Number 10, Neku, The World Ends With You. Unlike most of the heroes on this list, Neku is absolutely a hero we can say has an awesome design. Might be too cliche in the Square Enix fashion line, but for what it is, it's kinda sick. So why are we calling Neku a terrible hero? Well, he's not exactly likable early on in the game. For no reason whatsoever, he acts incredibly hostile towards other characters like our darling Shiki. Like, bro, what crawled up your pants and died? Credit where it's due, he does get more likable as the game progresses, but man, his intro almost made us put the game down. Number 9. Desmond Miles, Assassin's Creed series.
Hey, what's the matter you out there?
That's racist.
You're racist.
Really? This is what you guys are doing.
Some might argue that Connor is the worst of the Assassin's Creed protagonists, although we'd argue that Desmond Miles is far, far worse. That isn't to say Nolan North didn't do a good job in his performance. We have yet to see a bad act from him. But Desmond as a character is exceptionally weak. His cynicism often crosses the line that paints him to be more of a jackass, making it hard for anyone to tolerate him, let alone like him. We're glad his ancestors Altair and Ezio were able to turn his attitude around, but damn, dude, it was really hard to like Desmond.
He's right. We need to be a hive mind, people.
Number 8. Jonesy, Fortnite. Over the last several years that Fortnite has been around, we've seen an extensive selection of character cosmetics debut, many of which have become fan-favorite characters like Bushranger and Mancake. So, we gotta wonder why Jonesy was chosen to be the central character to the Battle Royale mode story. There is absolutely nothing interesting about this character. Not visually, not narratively, not even in personality. He is such a blank canvas that he comes off more like an excuse to explain why Superman is using Uzis against Master Chief while fishing near the Daily Bugle. Really? This guy is the leader of the pack.
Figure it out, he said. Oh, got it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Number 7. Reboot Dante. DMC Devil May Cry.
You wanna fight? Let's go.
We understand that the 2013 reboot for Devil May Cry is not an awful game. It still retains much of what we like about the rest of the franchise, that fast-paced, energetic combat. What killed it for us was just how stupid Dante looked the entire time. Goodbye leather pants and edgelord attire, and hello, jeans and white tank top. Honestly, he looks like a Twilight character getting his own video game spin-off, and the sheer disrespect towards the OG Dante made us all the more enraged. Thank God we were able to get a real Devil May Cry game in 2019, complete with moppy white hair.
But you can call me Dante the Demon Killer. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Number 6. Beck, Mighty Number 9.
Yes, sir.
Beck just... What's going on with Beck here, huh? This robot is a total visual mess, plain and simple. Given that he was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man, one would expect a design that was equally simplistic yet recognizable. Alas, he's been over-designed. As a character, he's much worse. There are plenty of times where he comes off as a goody two-shoes in the worst way possible, and he's constantly teetering between determined and being nervous about his goals. It's always a guessing game with Beck, and it adds to the reason why so many resent Mighty Number 9 in general.
And make the bad guys cry like an anime fan on prom night.
Number 5. Jake Conway, Ride to Hell Retribution. Yeah, remember Ride to Hell Retribution? What a mess of a game! As if the technical problems couldn't make the experience even more miserable, Jake manages to bring them down further by being the most unbearable character in the game. Tell us, what other characters are such bad shots that they can't take down dudes with a single bullet? How many characters get down and dirty with love interests while still keeping their jeans on? We're starting to think there's a reason why so many rival gangs are after Jake and his family. Number 4. Ninja Bread Man. Ninja Bread Man. Ninjas are supposed to be cool, stealthy assassins with an arsenal of tools to help them take down their prey. Though a gingerbread man ninja is an awesome idea, it crumbles faster than a cookie dunked in milk. Ninjabread Man is completely incompetent when it comes to combat, using only basic sword strikes and giving the enemy ample time to counterattack. Add this to his mundane design, he possesses no powers or tools that a ninja would normally carry. No smoke bombs, no hard candy shurikens, nothing! Just his dainty sword and abysmal fighting skills. Number 3. Drake. Drake of the 99 Dragons.
I am Drake, the assassin. To me, life is all about death.
Speaking of abysmal fighting skills, let's dredge up the corpse known as Drake of the 99 Dragons. Our titular protagonist is a genuinely unlikable one throughout the entire adventure. Shirtless with black pants and dual-wielding guns? How incredibly captivating! Not! Drake absolutely refuses to use anything that isn't a gun, giving him no defense outside of ranged attacks. And this all goes without mentioning some of the absolutely stupid things he'll utter throughout the game. Who would have guessed that they thought Drake was an enthralling enough hero to potentially launch a comic book line and TV series?
You can run.
Damn, he's still on me! Hey, open up!
But you can't hide.
Number 2. Big the Cat, Sonic the Hedgehog series. This damn cat has been the bane of our existence since his debut in the first Sonic adventure. Now, in our original list, we slapped him right at the top. A bit hasty on our end, we'll admit, especially when compared to our new top pick. Thankfully, Big hasn't been cropping up as often over the years, making his bumbling existence a little less infuriating. Still, all those fishing levels from back in the day have traumatized us and made us resent a portion of a Dreamcast classic. We don't mind him today, but back then, he made himself public enemy number 1.
Oh well, I'll give it a try anyway.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Bubsy the Bobcat, Bubsy series. In our original list, Bubsy had only received the silver medal for worst video game hero. What changed our mind? Well, the stupid feline thought he could make a comeback in the modern age with some new games. Nope! Even in the late 2010s, Bubsy proved to be just as insufferable as he was in the 90s with his senseless chatter, pun-riddled quips, and general uselessness. Bubsy proved to the world that he is someone who cannot be saved. Not by prettier graphics, not by a focused art style, nothing. Rest in pieces, Bubsy, and may we never see you again for as long as we live.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.